We have 5 weeks until we move cross country from North Carolina to Petaluma, California. This is part of a transformation that I have been going through um, since becoming 50 years old. My transformation actually started in my 40s when I transformed my health. And circumstances just lined up where I can now move to a better location for my health as well as my well being um, for many various reasons. And this week, we did our usual painting and patching and packing, but it was a lot heavier this week. This week, my father in law had to go to the ER, and he is currently on hospice. And he is at the end stage of life where they are caring for him, and he could pass away anytime now. And I also learned this week that my father, who is also on hospice, he's got a matter of weeks, and he is battling Alzheimer's. And this week on Friday, my brother in law suddenly passed away. So this week, I don't have much to show you. I did paint the office behind me, and I painted our bedroom. Um, but something that I wanted to talk about was that nobody talks about this part of midlife. You know, when I was growing up, it was, oh, when your kids grow up and they move out of the house, you can travel, you can finally do whatever you want. You're free to do whatever you want. But they don't talk about that is a transformational part of your life. You are getting to know yourself again. And as you age, your parents age, and you lose them. You lose family members, you lose colleagues, due to health or, drug abuse or whatever it may be. And you just realize how many more people you lose at that time of your life. And although all of these good things are happening to us, all of the tragic things are happening at the same time. And nobody prepares you for that. And nobody talks about that. And I actually feel guilty being happy about my transformation. And I'm not sad 100% of the time, and I feel like people expect me to be. It comes in waves of emotion, I can be fine sitting at a desk working, and the next moment I'm tearing up at the thought of losing my father-in-law or my father or my brother-in-law. And it's not a static emotion that you are or state of emotion that you're constantly stuck in when losing these people. And it also helps that both my father and my father-in-law have led full lives, and it's just their life has run through its course, and nothing was left unsaid. Nothing, there's no, oh, I wish I could have for either of them. So, yes, it's sad, but I'm still trying to live in the present as, I set that as my 2026 goal to live in the present. And today, they're still with us. So I'm not thinking in the future of when they are no longer with us. I am in the present, and they are still with us today. At the time I am recording this, my brother-in-law had passed away 4 days ago. And my heart breaks for my sister. But I did call and check on her. She told me not to come because we are losing our dad shortly, and she doesn't want me coming up twice. But he also, even though he was 56 years old, he had a good life. You know, he had a family that loved him very much. He has beautiful children, a beautiful wife. And it wasn't tragic, but it was sudden. And so I guess what I want to talk about is how many of you can relate that you have, you know, this good, wonderful thing happening in your life, but at the same time, you're holding space for the loss of loved ones or the illness of loved ones. And how are you handling it? Do you feel guilt like I feel guilt? Like, I feel like there's an expectation that, you know, we should be in mourning. We should, you know, like the olden days, be wearing one of those black face coverings and to let the world know that we have illness or death in our family. And I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to be like that. I just want to live in the present. And today, I have both my father and father-in-law still with us. Midlife is the messy middle. You know, you have transition, you have freedom, you have loss, you have all of it all at once. And I guess I'm just making space for all of it all at once and just trying to make it through one day at a time. Thank you for watching this week's video. Sorry, it's not a lot, but it's what I can give you right now. I hope you have a great week.